This lesson provides information about the various methods to connect to the internet and also looks at the differences between a direct internet connection and dial-up modem access. This lesson also includes information on character and graphical interfaces, cultural and social aspects of internet use, and internet security issues. Before discussing the hardware and software that you will require to access the internet, you need to know how to get connected. If you are trying to get connected, chances are you already have a list of potentially useful internet resources. Your list could include worldwide web servers, FTP sites, mailing lists, and interactive information servers, among others. Different resources require different levels of connectivity for efficient use. Once you understand the type of connection and account you want, you can select an Internet Service Provider, ISP. Your ISP can then tell you the best way to establish a connection. There are several distinctions that can be made about Internet connection. These distinctions will hopefully make the various options more clear and help you to recognize the type of connection you may want to obtain. Or it can help you identify the type of connection you already have in place. In the dial-up scenario, every time you want to use the internet, you have to dial into your ISP. A device called a modem allows your computer to communicate with your ISP's computer over standard telephone lines. Dial-up is mainly used by individuals who access the internet from their homes. Dedicated connections are essentially high-speed data lines that are always connected to the ISP. Organizations such as businesses and universities are the main users of dedicated connections. When employees want to access the internet, they can just start up an internet software program, connect to the network and access the internet without a modem. As you might have guessed, a direct connection is often preferable to an indirect connection. With a direct connection, your computer is assigned an IP number. The unique IP number assigned to each computer is its address on the internet. Network managers and service providers assign these numbers and also maintain records and directories of the computers and their associated addresses, with the result that your computer becomes known to every other computer on the internet. An IP number can be assigned either permanently or dynamically each time you dial into your ISP. Your internet client software is configured to automatically send your computer's IP address to each server that it accesses, so that the server knows exactly where to return the requested information. IP numbers allows directly connected computers to communicate without intermediaries, giving these machines an advantage over indirectly connected ones. A direct connection allows you to use client programs with graphical user interfaces, such as Mosaic, Netscape, Internet Explorer, TurboGopher, CUSEAM, Fetch, or Winsock FTP, all of which simplify the communications process. Without a direct connection, all your transactions have to take place through an intermediate internet server. By having a direct connection, you eliminate the intermediary, causing communication to take place more quickly and easily. Recent advancements have made it easier to connect to the internet directly. TCP/IP can now be routed across a normal telephone line. Serial Line Internet Protocol (SLIP) and Point-to-Point Protocol (PPP) are two methods that can be used to achieve this. Internet service providers currently offer SLIP and PPP access at up to 56,600 bits per second and may eventually offer higher speed access. Integrated Services Digital Network, or ISDN, 64 to 128 kilobits per second, is a dial-in service that provides a digital connection without SLIP or PPP. Other dedicated digital connections, such as T1 1.544 megabits per second, T3 45 megabits per second, or even higher connection speeds, though more expensive, offer robust networking solutions for internet connections used by the organizations. An indirect connection links your personal computer to the internet through an intermediate server, usually a mainframe computer or a mini-computer. Most indirect connections require your computer to emulate a dumb terminal, which will in turn cause your access to be limited. Service providers who cannot afford to give users a direct connection, such as schools, universities, and freenets, often use this type of connection. If you are connected indirectly, you cannot download a file to your desktop without going through an intermediate server. When TCP/IP protocols and software, such as FTP, which are based on these protocols, are used to download files from other computers, a modem can be used to access the internet host. You must still use one of your modem's communication protocols, such as X modem, Z modem, or Kermit, to bring those files to your desktop. Direct connections allow the transferring of files from any internet server to your desktop in a single step. An indirect connection to the internet only requires you to have a computer, a modem, and a phone line. You can obtain a shell account from an internet service provider and you are ready to go. The downside is that a shell account only gives you character-based access. Service providers such as America Online, CompuServe, and Prodigy used to work this way earlier but have recently begun offering direct connection. In the past, internet users were confined largely to character-based interfaces. This is because earlier internet software had been developed primarily for computers using the Unix operating system, a line-based command system that is similar to DOS. With increasing number of users with personal computers, connecting to and using the internet, a wide variety of graphical user interfaces, GUIs, have been developed. The advantages of the graphical user interface has resulted in a rapid proliferation of such programs. The choice you make between a character-based and a graphical user interface will probably be based largely on your hardware and connection speed. To use a graphical user interface, you need a direct connection to the internet and a multimedia-capable PC. In contrast, a character-based interface requires a minimum connection speed, and the PC acts like a simple dumb terminal. In the past, indirect connections were more widely used by individuals. Mostly, only businesses and institutions used high-speed direct connections, since the cost would have been prohibitive for most individuals. A full-time high-speed internet connection can cost thousands of dollars per year. There are many internet service providers, ISPs, that offer affordable direct connections for individual users through Serial Line Internet Protocol, SLIP, or Point-to-Point Protocol, PPP. Since they use a modem and a normal telephone line, cost can be as low as $12 per month in some areas, with the industry average being around $20 per month. ISDN direct connections to the internet are also becoming more affordable. To get more information about internet service providers, you can access a list of providers at thelist.internet.com. One of the ironies of the internet is that the sources for finding ISPs are themselves available on the internet. However, there are also several printed directories of ISPs. One of the best sources is available from Boardwatch magazine, www.boardwatch.com. They publish a quarterly listing for around $10 plus shipping and handling. Ordering can be done through their website or by phone, mail or fax. A customer who contracts with an ISP for a direct connection will generally receive the following: an IP address that may be permanent but in most cases is assigned dynamically, software such as a web browser, software for accessing email, newsgroups, FTP, Gopher and Helper applications, a telephone number for modem access, a telephone number for technical support, an individual email account. When you dial in and connect, you become a node on the ISP network. Once this is done, you will be using the ISP domain name server. In addition, you may be given space on the ISP web server for hosting your own web pages. A customer who contracts with an ISP for an indirect connection will generally receive dial-in software, the internet software resides on ISP's server, phone number for modem access, phone number for technical support, an individual email account. You will now have access to the ISP domain name server. In addition, you may be given space on the ISP server for storing files and hosting your own web pages. Recent technology innovations have led to an increase in the type of connections that are available to consumers and organizations. Two of the more popular connection options are web television and cable modems. Web TV uses a set-top box that allows you to view the internet on your television. The box eliminates the need for a computer. This product is aimed at consumers who do not have or do not want to buy a computer. The connection is made through telephone lines, meaning the speed of the connection is the same as that of the standard dial-up.
Cable modems are designed to use the cable TV line coming into your house for the connection instead of the phone line.
When a cable TV line is used, there is a dramatic increase in the speed. Unlike standard modems, cable modems receive data at much higher rates than what they use to send data. Manufacturers of these modems claim they will be able to offer speeds up to 30 million bits per second for receiving data. This product is aimed at both consumers who are heavy internet users as well as businesses wishing to give employees remote access. One of the latest trends is to offer internet access using satellite. This technique is similar to that of using small satellite dishes for television. In fact, one provider, DirectPC, www.directpc.com, offers a dish that can access both the internet as well as television stations. You need a satellite dish and a special connection to your computer, but there is an increase in speed compared to modem access, usually around 200 kbps. There is a typical pattern of behavior that internet users normally follow, known as network etiquette or netiquette. Understanding the guidelines governing this behavior will help you avoid insulting or offending other users. In general, when composing email messages or newsgroup postings, you should consider the following. Be aware of who your reader may be. Are you sending a personal message? Are you posting a message to thousands of people? Will the reader be interested in what you have to say? What type of social background does the reader have? Spend some time reading messages which others have written before you write your own. Do not use all caps. This is referred to as shouting. Respect others' privacy. Be considerate of network resources. There are security concerns in the virtual world of the internet, just as there are in the real world. Hackers and viruses can enter your system and destroy or remove sensitive data. Possible defenses against these threats are password protection, firewalls, antivirus programs, and the Computer Emergency Response Team. Hacker is a term used to refer to someone who makes an effort to break into software or computer systems. They operate with a variety of motives, ranging from financial gain to intellectual challenge. Another security consideration is the danger of viruses. Viruses are programs designed to damage the software or data stored on your computer. They can do a multitude of tasks, from displaying whimsical messages to reformatting your hard drive. Also, they can be transmitted from one machine to another via floppy disks, hard drives, or through the network. To operate, a virus must be a piece of executable software. Viruses cannot be transmitted via text files that you may download. You can use virus detection programs available from various software developers to protect your system. Password protection can also be used to protect your computer on the internet. As long as you are the only person able to access the software or data, nobody else can tamper with it. Try to pick a password which is not a word, has at least 6 characters, has at least one non-alphabetic character, and uses both upper and lowercase letters. Most corporations and institutions do not leave the responsibility of internet security to their employees. They put in place what is known as a firewall. A firewall filters the information transmitted through the internet connection to ensure that nothing sensitive or dangerous passes to or from the internet. When passing sensitive information over the internet, consumers and businesses can use encryption to guard the information. Encryption scrambles the message in such a way that only the sender and receiver are able to read it. If a hacker tries to intercept the message while it is in transit, he will only see a long string of nonsensical characters. When individuals make purchases over the internet, encryption is often used to ensure that no one is able to access credit card numbers, addresses, phone numbers, etc. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, formed the Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT, in November 1988. The CERT Charter lists the following: to work with the Internet community to facilitate its response to security-related events involving Internet hosts, to take proactive steps to raise the community's awareness of computer security issues, and to conduct research targeted at improving the security of existing systems. CERT products and services include 24-hour technical assistance in responding to security-related incidents, product vulnerability assistance, technical documentations, and seminars. In addition, the team maintains a number of mailing lists and also provides an anonymous FTP server, cert.erg or www.cert.erg, where security-related documents, past CERT advisories, and tools are archived.